Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty familiar with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So, if that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to join me on my journey back to the bins, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and that takes us to The Amazing Spider-Man. Yes, this is issue number 65. This is the Mark Bagley cover A, and I'm here for some Mark Bagley goodness. We all know Mark Bagley from the 90s, and he's back on Spider-Man having some fun. I think this was supposed to be last week's pickup, but of course, with distribution issues and with the recent news on Diamond declaring bankruptcy, everything is behind. So I got last week's Marvel stuff this week, and I'm happy about it. Great cover right there. And as per usual with all Spider-Man comics, there must be a variant cover. And right here we've got a doozy of a variant. Once again, The Amazing Spider-Man number 65. This is a Luciano Vecchio Fantastic Four homage variant. Of course, paying homage to Spider-Man number 100, as well as the Fantastic Four, who are going to have one heck of a year this year as all things Fantastic Four begin to enter the Marvel Universe. Super cool. Love that. Beautiful cover. Classic. Oh, yeah. And then, because of the distribution issues, you're not getting as many comics each week. So I think to do your local comic shop a favor, as well as your collection, hit up the bins. Plenty of comics in the bins at the LCS. And in the dollar bins this week, I came across this particular book, which is a series I'm collecting. This is The Astonishing X-Men. This is issue number 11 from July of 2005. And that's the John Cassaday cover. We lost John Cassaday last year. I got wise to him as a result of his passing. I looked into his work and absolutely loved it. And so here I am collecting Astonishing X-Men, which I understand is quite a great book. I haven't started to read it yet because I don't have nearly enough issues to understand what's going on. But when I find them, we're going to get them. Back over to the polls and going over to DC. This, folks, if I haven't said it yet this year, I'm going to say it right now. This right here is a contender for cover of the year. This is Batman Superman World's Finest issue number 35. That is a Chris Samnee cardstock variant. Strictly a cover buy. I'm doing that with these World Finest issues. And as long as Samnee is doing covers for anything, I'm going to buy it. Absolutely beautiful. Love his work. And I also love the fact that Samnee is, of course, doing Batman and Robin year one. So 2 Batman titles this week. Both covers by the amazing Chris Samnee. This is the A cover. Really liking this book. I've read the first 2 issues. I've heard a little contention about the next 2, but I'm okay with it. I think this is just a fun romp origin story of the dynamic duo. I love it. And that artwork is killer. Samnee knows how to do it. So cool. Had to get a variant cover for that series. Take a look at this. Super cool as well. Batman and Robin issue number 4. This is the Kari Randolph cardstock variant. Beautiful imagery. Love the thugs, the gangsters, Batman, Robin. I mean, come on. Classic. Isn't it beautiful? Might even be cover of the year here as well. Super cool. And then over to the back issue bins. Oh, yeah. Now, I've already got this, but I have a very low-grade copy that I found in the dollar bins. But here I found in the back issue bins Captain America number 405 from June of 1992. That's a Rick Levins cover, of course. Beautiful Cap Wolf cover. So cool. I'm collecting great milestone issues of Captain America, which leads me into just getting all my favorite covers, which leads me to getting something like this yet again. And if I find an even better copy of this, I will get it. I only paid $3 for that. So super sweet steal of a buy. Definitely some wearing along the spine. All good. That's not what we're here for. I appreciate the cover. I appreciate the story. All of that. So happy to add to the collection. Super cool. Back over to this week's polls. I guess last week's polls. We got Daredevil, Unleash Hell. This is the Red Band issue number 1. That's a Josh Swaby Elektra variant. Strictly a cover buy. It comes in a poly bag. I don't know. I kind of want to open it so I can get a better look at it, but I do love the poly bag aspect. I love that this tells you that this is appropriate for some audiences or appropriate for certain audiences. And I like that about it. It reminds me of the 80s, reminds me of movies, all of that stuff, and I'm on the fence yet. The other covers are great. If they're all going to come and looking like this, probably going to keep them all in the bag because I just think it's cool. Whatever. Cover collectors were a fun bunch of people. Back over to Marvel. Look at this. So cool. Had to get it. Fantastic Four, once again, having a year. This is Fantastic Four number 1. This is the facsimile, of course, Jack Kirby cover, Stan Lee doing the writing. Just an absolutely iconic book. I don't have to say anything else about it other than awesome. Super cool to add that to the facsimile collection. Marvel is doing all of the early issues, so yeah, I think if you want to get the first 10 or however many they're going to do, this is the way to do it right now. And had to get this sketch blank, or sketch variant, I guess. It's still Fantastic Four number 1. Who I'm going to save it for to do something with, I have no idea, but I've got it just in case. I don't know. Would be awesome. You know, maybe meeting Alex Ross one day. Anyway, a guy can dream, can't he? Back over to the dollar bins. Had to get a little Charlton horror. We know we love the Charlton war books, and horror everybody loves as well. This is Ghost Manor issue number 39 from October of 1978. That is a San Ho Kim cover, and again, just sort of fun horror. Visit Ghost Manor if you dare. Cool. Oh, we got like some hippie biker beatnik folks. Oh man, I might actually have to read that. Super cool. In keeping with the dollar bins, we got a milestone issue here, folks. This is Ghost Rider issue number 25 from May of 1992. That's a Ron Wagner cover. The dollar bin's really putting out this week, and I love this. We got The Incredible Hulk 30th anniversary. We've got this great sort of foil-esque, just kind of shiny silver skull. Very cool. Extra pop-up centerfold. All kinds of cool stuff. Love that. Gotta say yes to some 90s foil-y goodness. And then back over to the polls, and on the independent side, from Dynamite, we've got issue number 1 of Green Hornet and Miss Fury. This is the Francesco Francavilla cover, and this is just an A cover. I'm a variant cover collector, but this was just a great sort of retro feel, kind of like Chris Samney's work. I love this. Green Hornet. I always loved watching Green Hornet when it was usually on right around the same time as Batman 66 back in the 80s for me. So super familiar with the Green Hornet from that perspective, and looking forward to finding out more about this. I think this is a limited series, so this is going to be one of those books that's up for mini-series of the year for 2025. I hope this is really good. Dynamite has been doing good stuff in my experience the last couple of years since I've gotten back into the hobby, and hopefully this is just as good as some of those. Really neat. Love that. Keeping with the independents, I think we've got a final issue here. This is from Dark Horse. This is a really great series. Probably would have been up for best miniseries of the year had it finished in 2024. This is Kill All Immortals number 5. That's a Skylar Partridge variant. And like I said, I think this is the final issue. And it's been super cool. Viking, immortal people, and dealing with sort of wanting to break free from the clan, and what happens when mortal beings sort of find out about these immortals. Very cool, like it. I would imagine if you're a fan of the Highlander series, you probably could watch or read this. Back over to the dollar bins. This was a big week, folks. I was having fun in the bins, and here we go. We've got a holiday cover. We love holiday covers. This is the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special #1 from January of 1991. That's a Simon Bisley cover, and this is the first appearance of Dog, D-A-W-G. Lobo has done Santa Claus in, and yeah, aside from just how wacky that is, like I said, I love a holiday comic. We collect them, and we put them out over the holiday season, so nice to add this already so early on in the year. In keeping, once again, with the dollar bins, we've got this Marvel Age, issue number 117 from October of 1992. That's a Paul Ryan cover. I just got this because I like the cover. I remember when 2099 came out, everybody was talking about it. I got the Spider-Man 2099, and I got Ravage 2099. And, yeah, just, oh, yeah, and yeah, Spider-Man 99. I think I said that, didn't I? Anyway, just figured I should get this just because 90s nostalgia is alive and well and living in my heart. And still in the dollar bins. Here we go. We got a classic war book. We love those. This is Our Army at War featuring Sergeant Rock, issue number 228 from December of 1970. And we got an amazing Joe Kubert cover. So awesome. And look at this cover. This is a beat up book, but I don't care. This is great stuff. Always love a good World War II comic. Super cool. And it looks like Sergeant Rock's going to have a bit of a moral dilemma to deal with. Still with the dollar bins. Man, oh man, we got this. Figured I'd pick this up. I thought this was cool. Speaking of 90s goodness, this is the Punisher Armory #1 from May of 1990. Didn't know when I picked it up. I probably could have looked at it a little bit harder, but this is a Jim Lee cover, so super cool there. This just chronicles all of the Punisher's weaponry. Of course, it's the armory. The vans in there, all that stuff. I'm sure his machine guns and all the great stuff he uses. Just like that, good 90s fun. Back over to the pull list here from DC. We've got The Question, All Along the Watchtower, issue number 3. And that is a Clan Tormey cover A. I've only read issue 1. I really liked it. Got to get to issue 2 yet. I think it's a few issues away still for me. I'm backlogged. Doing well, doing good though. But yeah, this was a fun story. I can't wait to read number 2, and I love that we've got a team up here. Should be fun, see what happens. Yeah, that's all. Question's an interesting character, so I'm happy about that. And really struck it up here in the back issue bins because, again, more World War II comics, and my favorite, Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. This is issue number 72 from September of 1969. That's the John Severin cover. I just can't go wrong. I can't go wrong with this stuff. For $2, come on, super cool. And, ooh, not in chronological order. I should have shown you this one first, but that's okay. Here we have Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, the king-size special. This is the annual number 4 from June of 1968. A great Dick Ayers cover. The Battle of the Bulge, I love that. Takes place in the Ardennes. If you're at all interested in World War II, then you know how integral this battle was and how grueling it was for both sides, really, but more in particular the Americans who were stuck there, which seemed like for years, I'm sure. I can't wait to page through this. Love Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Super cool stuff. And there was one more that I had to add to the collection at $2. I couldn't say no. We've got this one, Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, issue number 90 from May of 1971. Once again, a great Dick Ayers cover. Love it. Kind of a wintertime book. It's not really Christmas, but I can't say no. $2. I love that. Love that. Back over to the dollar bins. We got something that I already had. I didn't realize that until I brought it home, but that's okay. Maybe we'll just head it back over to the LCS. This is Solo Avengers, starring Hawkeye and Black Knight, issue number 4 from November of 1987. That's a Paul Ryan cover. Ron Lim on pencils. So that's kind of neat. A little bit of notoriety there. Super cool. Got this one as well because I really loved this cover. Here we have issue number 7 of Solo Avenger, starring Hawkeye and Black Widow. That's from February of 1988. That's a Bruce Gaichy cover, and that's the first appearance of Oksana Boloshenko. And she was the ballet instructor for Black Widow when she was a little girl. Then back over to the pull list, I should say. We've got the Uncanny X-Men. Beautiful cover here. Another contender for cover of the year. Uncanny X-Men number 8. That's a Miguel Mercado Gambit variant. I love Gambit. Cover's beautiful. I'm still enjoying the book, although the last issue I read, which was probably issue 6, took a bit of a nosedive, just a bit, but I'm still interested, still love the characters, still love where the story's going, interested in it. But there's a big crossover happening now, and I'm not about to go and get all these other X-Men books so I can figure stuff out. I'm just going to keep working with the Uncanny X-Men because I'm sure the story will still carry through. But yeah, if you're interested, you might be able to find these back issues already and have some fun. I don't think it's that bad of a book. Although a lot of people are saying The Exceptional X-Men is the book of choice. Okay, and then we got this one strictly for a cover by, another homage cover. This is Wolverine number 5. That's a David Yardin Captain America Sam Wilson homage variant. Of course, the homage is to Captain America Annual number 8, and that's very, very cool. I love that. Why would I not get that, right? All right, well, that's everything, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, it was a great stack of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week. And until then, remember, comics are good.